welcome to our journey through the fascinating history of computers. I'm Zarjan A. Villamente, and I'll be your host for this historical exploration. But before we dive into the world of computers, let me introduce you to the passionate individuals I have privilege of sharing this journey with. Now let me introduce you to the first member of our group, Christine May Bacchus. Next we have Anna May Benemerito. Next up, May Ann Amahan. And we have Kelvin James Zambrana. As a team, we're dedicated to bringing you a comprehensive and engaging history of computers, from their humble beginnings to the digital age we now enjoy. We're thrilled to have you along for this enlightening journey. So, let's get started and dive into the captivating history of computers together. The difference engine. In the early 1820s, it was designed by Charles Babbage, who is known as the father of modern computer. It was a mechanical computer which could perform simple calculations. It was a steam-driven calculating machine designed to solve tables of numbers like logarithm tables. Famed mathematician Charles Babbage designed a Victorian-era computer called the analytical engine. This is a portion of the mill without printing mechanism. Today, we carry more computing power on our smartphones that was available in these early models. So let's take a brief of history of computing. This is a timeline of how computers evolved from their humble beginnings to the machines from today, starting from 1801 to 2016.
Hewlett Packard is founded. David Packard and Bill Hewlett found their company in Palo Alto. Their product first, the HP 200A audio escalator, rapidly became a popular piece of this equipment for engineers. Conrad Zuse finishes the Z3 computer. The Z3, an early computer built by German engineer Conrad Zuse working on complete isolation from developments elsewhere, uses 2,300 relays, performs floating point binary arithmetic, and had a 222-bit word length. The Complex Number Calculator, or CNC. In 1939, Bell Telephone Laboratories complete this calculator designed by scientist Gerd Stevens. Bombay replica Bletchley Park, UK, built as an electric mechanical means of decrypting Nazi Enigma-based military communication during World War II. The British Bombay is conceived of by the computer. First Colossus operational at Bletchley Park, designed by British engineer Tommy Flowers. The colors is designed break the complex Lorentz chippers used by the Nazis during World War II. First computer programmed to run on a computer, University of Manchester researchers Frederick Williams, Tom Colburn, and Geoff Tuthill developed the Small-Scale Experimental Machine, or SSEM, better known as the Manchester Baby.
SIC and SWAC, the Standard Eastern Automatic Computer, is among the first stored-program computer completed in the United States. It was built in Washington, D.C. at a speed for evaluating components and systems as well as for setting computer standard. It was also one of the first computers to use ordered logic technology, more reliable than vacuum tubes. The world's first scanned image was made on SIC by engineer Russell Kirch in 1957. English Electric Device. A commercial version of Alan Turing's Pilot Ace code used the Digital Electronic Universal Computing Engine is used mostly for science and engineering problems and a few commercial applications. Over 30 were completed, including one delivered to Australia. NIC 2203. Transistorized computer, an early transistorized computer, a NIC Nippon Electric Automatic Computer, includes a CPU, console paper tape, a reader punch, printer, and magnetic tape units. It was sold exclusively in Japan, but could process alphabetic and Japanese kana characters. Only about 30 NICs were sold. It managed Japan's first Nippon Railway in 1960. The last one was decommissioned in 1979. IBM 1401. 1401 mainframe, the first in the series, replaces earlier vacuum tube. technology with smaller, more reliable transistors. By the middle of 1960s, nearly half of computers in the world were IBM 1401. Public unveiling of ENIAC started in 1943. The ENIAC computing system was built by John Mock and Prosper Eckert at the Moore School of Electrical Engineering of the University of Pennsylvania. ENIAC used panel-to-panel wiring and switches of programming, occupied more than 1,000 square feet, used 18,000 vacuum tubes, and weighed 30 tons. CIRAC runs first program. CIRAC was designed by British-born Trevor Percy and used unusual 12-hole paper tape. It was transformed for the Department of Physics at the University of the Melbourne in 1955 and remained in service until 1964. ERA 1101. One of the first commercially produced computers, company first customer was the U.S. Navy. The 101 designed by ERA but built by Remington brand was extended for high-speed computing, stored 1 million volt on its magnetic drum, one of the earliest magnetic storage devices and technology with ERA had some much to perfect in its own laboratories. Madida Magnetic Drum Digital Differential Analyzer Prototype Madida is a high digital drum-based different analyzer. This type of computer is useful in performing many of the mathematical equations scientists and engineers encounter in their work. It was originally created for a nuclear missile design project in 1949 by a team led by Fred Steele.
Oliveti Programma 101. This printing programmable calculator was made from discrete transistor and an acoustic daily line memory. The Programma 101 could do addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, as well as calculator square roots, 40,000 results, including 10 to NASA for use in the Apollo Space project. The Video Display Module, or VDM. The Video Display Module marks the first implementation of a memory map alphanumeric video display for personal computers. Introduced at the Altair Convention in Albuquerque in March 1976, the Visual Display Module enabled the use of personal computers for interactive games. Thunder Radio Shock's first desktop computer, 4 KB of memory, a built-in basic programming language interpreter, cassette storage, and AC to understand manuals that assume no prior knowledge in the parts of the user. The TRS-80 proved popular with schools as well as home use. The TRS-80 line of computers later included color, portable, and handheld versions before being discontinued in the early 1990s. Commodore 64 system. The Commodore 64, as it is better known, with 64 KB of RAM and features impressive graphics. Thousands of software titles were released over the lifespan of the Commodore 64, and by the time was continued in 1993, it had sold more than 22 million units. It is recognized by the 2006 Guinness Book of World Records as the greatest selling single computer of all the time. IBM brand recognition, along with a massive marketing campaign, ignites the fast growth of the personal computer market with the announcement of its own personal computer, or PC. The first IBM PC, formerly known as the IBM Model 5150, was based on a 44.77 MHz Intel 8 8088 microprocessor and use Microsoft MS-DOS operating system. PowerBox series of laptops introduced. Apple Macintosh Portable meets with little success in the marketplace and leads to a complete redesign of Apple's line of portable computers. All three, all three, all three PowerBox introduced featured a built-in trackball, internal floppy drive, and palm rest, which would eventually become typical of 1990s laptop design. The Apple Newton Personal Digital. Apple enters the handheld computer market with a Newton top a personal data assistant. By Apple President John Scully in 1992, the handwriting recognition software was much maligned for inaccuracy. The Newton line never performed as well as hoped and was discontinued in 1998. IMB, I, IBM ThinkPad 701C, officially known as the TrueCrypt. The automatically expanding full-size keyboard used by the ThinkPad 701 is designed by inventor John Cadiz. The keyboard was comprised of three roughly triangular interlocking pieces, which form a full-size keyboard when the laptop was opened, resulting in a keyboard significantly wider than the case.
VAIO laptop. The first VAIO, a desktop computer, featured an additional 3D interface on top of the Windows 95 operating system as a way of attracting new users. The VAIO line of computers would be best known for laptops were designed with communication and audio-video capabilities at the forefront, including innovative design that incorporated TV and radio tuners, web cameras, and handwriting recognition. Is a Sony Bullet G Phone GSH04. Japan SoftBank introduces the first camera phone, the G Phone GSH04, a sharp manufactured digital phone with integrated camera. The camera had a maximum resolution of 0.11 megapixels, a 256 color display, and photos could be shared wirelessly. The Apple iPhone. Apple launches the iPhone, a combination of web browser, music player, and cell phone, which could download new functionality in the form of apps or applications from the online Apple Store. The touchscreen-enabled smartphone also had inbuilt-in GPS navigation, high-definition camera, texting, calendar, voice dictation, and weather reports.